Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of our podcast, A Little More Light. Today, in the spotlight, we are going to be speaking about fear about prelims, fear about failing, and every other fear that you may have. And I have with me our favorite mentor, Mr. Vinay Kumar GB, to enlighten us on the subject of fear and how to face them. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
So, sir, now every UPSC aspirant fears prelims, fears
Not
failure.
not every aspirant.
Okay,
Most of them.
most of them, yeah. Majority of them fear prelims because there's this huge thing that, oh, prelims is the toughest stage. And it is. Actually, it is the toughest stage. They fear failing because, and some people may have failed several times, so they fear another failure. They fear a lot of things like societal judgment and, about their future, how uncertain it is. So, how does one deal with this fear? How does one face it?
So fear again. So he's our friend again. So it is there in all of us. So it affects every one of us in different ways, in at different stages of our life. So I don't see any. I don't blame an aspirant for having certain fear of the examination because it has deeper roots. This fear, and as we know, it is part of our DNA also. So so it is there, like it is embedded in our DNA. Okay, that's a different issue. Now, the deeper cause, the way we have grown up, the way our education system has, created us, right? So it has embedded that fear further into our psyche. So we carry forward that fear into every examination that we face. So there is a fear of failing, right? So I'm going to fail. I may fail. What if I fail, right? So these fears are common, and then there is fear which is exacerbated by social expectations, social pressures, comparisons, and there are, like, personal expectations also about oneself. They might have been good academically in their college days, and now they want to replicate the same performance in every exam they are giving in this civil services examination. Every exam, I mean the mock test and the real exam included. So collectively they create a kind of expectation within them. Collectively there is an expectation that they feel that they have to compulsively pass this examination, right? So the failing is totally ruled out in their mind, so that nobody sees, nobody wants to fail, right? So the only expectation they have is that they have to somehow clear the examination. So now, to conquer this fear, you have to know the source of the fear, from where it is emanating, from where it is originating. Let us say the source of the fear is their own understanding of their loopholes or shortcomings, right? That they are underprepared, that they lack necessary information, skills, knowledge to pass this examination. I think intensify the preparation, right? Hard work any day beats talent, any kind of talent in the world. So there is a clear cut way forward. You intensify, double, triple your efforts, you are going to get back that confidence. So confidence is the antidote to fear, right? So to gain that confidence, you have to do intense hard work, again that too in the right direction. So in previous videos we have discussed what to do. Second, if the source of the fear is the past failures, right? So in my experience, every past failure has added a new part to your personality, a new path to your success. The past failure, and the past failure was nothing but a invisible help, that was given by someone, given by time, given by destiny, whatever it is, so that you, whose value you haven't realized actually, right? So if you had failed in the past, that means the chances of succeeding now is higher than that was there in the past, right? So you have to be thankful, you have to be grateful that you had failed in the past, and subconsciously or consciously you might have learned various lessons which you might have inculcated, improved over the time by inculcating those lessons. So this time you are not going to fail. The chances are very high that this time you are not going to fail.
But that's if we have that attitude that, okay, we have to learn from that failure and not like blame everything external, like I failed because of XYZ. Like take accountability and responsibility and take it as a lesson, like learn from it, right? We should have that attitude.
It is not just a lesson. I mean, the failure is just another event in our life. As I said, it is meant to, it may be because of my own mistake that a failure happened. It may be because of someone else's mistake that a failure took place. but I see failure as kind of an event in your life where it was meant to happen, and it was meant to happen to make you a better person, right? And I believe everybody who has failed is a better person. The reason is that other factors which influence our thought process, like the social prestige, the social status, comparisons. So if they are dominating, right, we keep blaming the past, we keep uh, fearing the failure, right? Because again, if you fail, people will judge, people will compare me with, the stupidest fellow in the room, the stupidest fellow in their family. And then people will taunt me saying that, despite having everything, every qualification, every resource, every support, every guidance, every kind of talent, you failed in this examination, right? So I think one has to liberate oneself from these aspects, and then I think you won't fear any failure, the past or the future.
Nice. And how do we get over this fear of prelims? Now is the prelim season. How do people get over it?
So you should start loving solving question papers,
Okay.
right? So I believe solving an objective test is an act of meditation.
Okay.
Now it's a very fun way. I mean, you immerse in a question, you look at the question, you look at the statements, bring total focus in solving it. So don't be afraid of getting it wrong, right? Getting it wrong is again another lesson that you are learning anyway, right? But trying to use every ounce of your knowledge, ounce of common sense, every learning that you have gained since childhood to present, can you make your mind for a moment clear of all other unwanted things, distractions, and use every ounce of whatever I said, learning, knowledge, experience, focus them on the question. So there is highest probability that you are going to get that question right. And when you keep doing this repeatedly for more number of questions again and again, I think what will happen is that you will start loving it, doing it. So when you are given a question paper, you won't fear it, you won't get scared of these questions. So you will be excited. I used to do that, I don't know, like, so I used to get restless, to get the question paper, not to finish it fast or anything. I wanted to see the questions, so like as a,
Excited.
yeah, I think that was mainly because of quizzing habit or anything, but I wanted to see them, I wanted to solve them, never worried about the outcome, marks or anything. The failing in this examination is okay, fine, right? So you have so many other options in life, but in that moment don't ruin it, right? So I said consciously it's kind of act of meditation, because so it allows you to really focus on one aspect,
Yeah.
in 1 minute or in 5 minutes. That is what meditation people who
Mindfulness.
meditate
Yeah.
try to do, focusing on breathing. But again, so many thoughts come into them. So here is an opportunity for you to do meaningful meditation, transcendental meditation, mindful meditation, heartful meditation, right? Vedic meditation,
So it depends
tantric
on our
meditation.
mindset, how
Yes.
we approach the paper.
Exactly.
And what about those, it's the last attempt 2023.
Mhm.
Now they may have invested 5-6 years, and obviously it's quite a scary thing, right? We've spoken about this even during your last attempt, which will be released very soon. Like, how do they deal with it, sir?
They
It's
should-
not very easy to say, okay, just go there, and it is real pressure, right? They've invested years, and they have an uncertain future ahead of them.
I totally understand their mental situation when they are about to face their last attempt or penultimate attempt. But if I were to be in their situation, I would be equally frightened. But now looking back, so now as a mentor, right? So what I would like to suggest is that number one, they should not get attached to the result, right? See it as a closure. Prepare well for the examination. Do everything you can without any kind of expectations. Detach from the result. Now you become a real Buddha in life. That desire is the root cause of all my sufferings. Right. Now the desire for result, desire for the post, it is counterproductive here. So why you are writing this examination is to get the closure. Whether you are going to pass or fail, it is still a closure. So when you go with that mindset, there is 99.9% possibility that you are going to crack this, right? Because mind will be very calm, it is not afraid of taking risk, it is not afraid of results. It will do wonders, it will do its job, because it is already prepared. You have everything required to crack this examination stored in your brain. Let mind do its task. Second, let us assume that you fail, right? In the worst case scenario, you still have 1% doubt, fear about what is going to happen in your future in life. So then I think you should see various possibilities in your life, like you can create your own Byju's an academy, or you can create your own insights, right? Secondly, you can go for higher education, become some big person, from Harvard, Cambridge, then join politics. So I see it as a freedom, basically, right? Freedom to do anything in your life. It's an act of liberation, I think, failing.
For you, it was.
Not instantly, later I realized.
And how did you come to that realization, sir?
See, you feel like, all the doors are closed,
Yeah.
right? And then you see that it is not that all the doors that are closed, right? It is that your own mind which is closed,
Nice.
right?
Right.
So you open your mind, we don't see them, the various opportunities. We are stuck with one goal, very madly attached to it. So we don't see other opportunities. And we have this very stupid notion of, the age factor, associating everything with the age factor. By this age, you have to be like this. By this age, you have to achieve like this. By this age, you have to get married. I think that is one fundamental reason why people are scared to take risks, why people are not free to act beyond certain age limit. So I think if somebody overcomes this notion of age, right? So now what I'm realizing is that you can be young at any age, you can do anything you want at any age. And I believe personally, if the success comes late in your life, it is far more better than something which is achieved at a very young age. So I think
Why do you feel that way, sir?
I think the reason I feel like that is that you will know the true value of that success when you achieve with after so many struggles, and you don't get carried away by it. That doesn't get into your head, right? So that success you are most likely to utilize to help others succeed when you achieve it late in your life. When you achieve it in the beginning, there is the sense of entitlement. I am smart, I because of my pure hard work I achieved it. If it is late, by that time you have been through so many cycles of failure and other things. So it has transformed your personality from within, which might be more dedicated to service. So I think I don't know. I don't have proof to generalize, but somewhere I feel you will have more maturity in the way and you will have more humility, I think, in dealing with the success.
You will
So
handle
for
it
that
well.
reason, I think it is better to get it late.
But then again, now that I'm thinking, sir, so do you call yourself a failure for all those years? Let's say you didn't reach success. What is a failure? And who's a success? Who's a failure? Like, how
Hmm.
I know we've spoken about this before, but when do you become successful? When do you start saying, I'm successful today?
When you are contented in your life,
Okay.
right? When you are truly happy about what you already possess, when you are truly happy about yourself and the people around you, the relationships you have with people, the materials you possess. So when you are happy with them, you are not greedy about more. I think that is the actual true definition of success for me. So it can be anything for anyone, achieving biggest office. But I think once you are contented with something, the world actually wants to reap more rewards, boons, something on you. I think that is the way universe tries to help the happy people.
What should aspirants remember this time when they go write, prelims on 28th May? What is your advice for them?
So when aspirants go to write prelims this year, 2023, you should remember the civil services examination competition is hyped, kind of exaggerated, the toughness. There is some kind of prestige associated with this examination.
Yeah.
They should be aware of. So just go and do your best, in the sense that immerse yourself, experience those 2 hours, right? Like meditate with each question. So don't worry about the outcome, right? So if you're really prepared sincerely well, you are going to crack this examination hands down when you immerse yourself there. And when you come out of the examination, forget about the examination. Like general studies paper 1, you are given in the morning for 2 hours. When you come out, forget the paper, focus on the afternoon paper, right? Doesn't matter how well you have given, what other people are discussing around you. So what answer keys institutions are releasing within 5 minutes of the exam is over. So don't do anything. So afternoon, either take total break, sleep, eat, or maybe you can revise some CSAT stuff, and then go to the second exam. Again, immerse yourself, give the examination, come out. Once you come out, maybe you can take a break the whole evening.
Oh, there will be answer keys and cutoff.
So next day you can do. Next day you can take cutoff. You do it. You do look at the cutoffs. No cutoff, including ours, will be perfect, but
Yeah.
they will be indicative, right? Just have a look at them, see where you stand. But again, don't take them as conclusively, right? If you're in the border case, take 1 or 2 days break. You start preparing for the mains examination. Even if you are certain that you are going to fail, continue a preparation for next year examination by plugging in all the loopholes in your preparation. But don't wait for the result. Anything you want to start after 3-4 days.
Okay, sir. So thank you so much, sir. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you so much. It was pleasure sharing my thoughts here.
I'm sure aspirants feel the same, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.